This video is about phase 2 building commissioning. That is the design phase commissioning. Yes, that's right, you're not hallucinating. Building commissioning begins during design. This phase of commissioning is about quality management, managing quality into the project for a low cost or next to no cost. It's about early identification and remediation of issues. It's about managing risk by clear written requirements and processes. So design phase commissioning consists of 4 tasks. Task 1 is commissioning kickoff meeting. Task 2 is a commissionability design review and report. Design 3 is to develop commissioning specification sections and make sure they're in the specs when they go out to tender. And task 4 is to write and issue a design phase commissioning plan. So let's look at these all individually. The commissioning kickoff meeting is really, for me, it's the unboxing meeting. It's like unbox therapy for commissioning jobs. So the idea is to get everybody into a room and go through the whole commissioning process to get everyone comfortable and on board with the commissioning mission. So to answer all questions until there are no more questions, to explain everything, to make sure everybody understands their responsibilities and roles within the process. And also it's about removing excuses. It's about getting people in a room. It's an educational opportunity. It's a training opportunity. And it's a way from removing an excuse that I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know I wasn't at that meeting. Make sure everybody is at that meeting when you have that kickoff meeting. And it's a formal start to something. It signifies a beginning. It's a very important meeting. It should be minuted and maybe even videoed if possible. The commissionability design review and report. So let's get one thing straight. This is not a first principles design review. We are not the design team. We're not paid enough to be the design team. We're barely paid enough to do what we're supposed to do. So this is about reviewing the design drawings and specs where they are for commissionability issues. So commissionability issues mean the fundamental question we're asking ourselves here is everything within this design, is everything there to successfully set the system to work and put it into operation properly and verify its operation properly. So that's what we're looking for. That's the 80%. There's also 2 consequential benefits to this review. One is that if we're a second pair of eyes. If there's errors and omissions that have been missed, we can pick them up if we see them, and we can report them, and hopefully they can be fixed. And if there's any poor engineering practice we see, so an example of this is, if you see 10-foot, 20-foot flexible ducts, that is not a good idea. Generates noise, generates resistance, it's bad engineering practice. There's no code that says you can't do that. It's an opinion. But we also note those, and that's for the engineer of record to decide whether they accept things like that or not. So the commissionability design review is a way to find issues early, manage that quality into the job for low cost. I'll give you an example. I did a hospital job many years ago, and when we reviewed the design drawings, there was a multi-leaf volume control damper on the inlet to every VAV box. If you know anything about VAV systems, you know that is completely unnecessary. It was an error made by a junior engineer, copy and pasting. We found it, we got the dampers removed with a click of a CAD button. That saved $60,000 of installation and material cost on that job. If that issue had been found during construction, it would have been too embarrassing and too expensive to fix. So there's a very easy example of return on investment on that. So that review is done, the report is issued to the design team, and the design team and the engineer of record choose to react to it or not. That is their prerogative because they are the design engineers of record. The other thing that goes hand in glove with that is item number 3, developing specification sections. A good commissioning firm will have very clear, concise, current, up-to-date, well-written commissioning specification sections, testing and balancing specification sections, and O&M manual specification sections. They should be offered to the design team and provided, and the design team can choose to make them their own or not. But the idea here is to make sure the spec covers everything completely and utterly. There are no gaps. The 4th item, which I think is one of the best value items that is not really asked for in any of the ASHRAE, SIBSI, BCA, ACG, pick your coal. It's not asked for any of these, but this is something I advise all my clients to do. Write and issue a design phase commissioning plan and issue it out with the tender documents. A design phase commissioning plan is a commissioning plan that maps out the whole process. The only thing that's missing are the functional performance test sheets. The reason the functional performance test sheets are not in it is because they're based on the controls approved sequences of operations, and they need to be finalized once the controls vendor is on and the design is 100% complete. So when you hire me to do your job, I will do a design phase commissioning plan. It will be complete except for functional performance test sheets, but it will map out the whole commissioning process. And that will be issued with a tender document so that all the contractors and subcontractors bidding have to include it within their scope of work. There's none of this, I didn't include that, I can't attend functional performance testing. No, it's in there. And then during construction phase, that plan is updated using the approved control sequence of operation. So that's it. It's only 4 tasks. If you hire me after tender and during construction and I have to do these tasks, I'm doing them retrospectively, which is no value, no quality management in that. It's just quality control at that point. I'm charging you the same. So you may as well hire us early and get it done early and get the value of it, because I'm charging you the same either way.